hey, you might, in the beginning of this video, you might feel that this energy is a little bit forced, and it kind of is, because actually, I'm not so happy to be making this video. Why not? I love to make videos. Yeah, not the second time around. So I made a video, and I'm rocking the chip nail polish. What? Hell yeah. Anyway, I made a video, and I was all blah, 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 and blah, 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 Fitbit, ActiveLink, da, da, da. And then what happens? I don't effing know. My computer sneezed while I was moving the files around, and it died. So here I am, re-recording it. I'm going to start with the weigh-in. Look, coffee in the most glamorously beautiful cup in the world, right? Oh, it's a unipegasus. Who doesn't? When I was young, I used to daydream that I would become a unicorn and wreak havoc on my little private school. It was so beautiful. Anyway, so it's crazy. But anyway, I also used to seriously think that I was going to marry Kermit the Frog. Like, I was going to marry Kermit the Frog. So, obviously, there was a rivalry between me and Miss Piggy in my head. But anyway, weighed in. Sure did. Didn't work. It was really nice. I really enjoy being able to be, like, a part of the meeting and spend time. You better move quick. She keeps standing in the light. Hello? Don't block my light. I'm like a beautiful flower and I need the sun. Anyway, so what? Yeah. Okay, so I got to weigh in. I got to talk to people. I really like to be able to talk to them because I don't get to give them, like, the personal attention I feel like they all deserve when I'm stuck behind the desk trying to balance. But, so that was good. It was really, really fun. I actually had a great conversation with one of the girls. She's like, there are certain people that you meet and you just know that you're on the path you're supposed to be on. And I feel like that with my wife a lot. But then, like, in my weight loss journey, I think I have I love everybody who I get to conversate with and interact with. I love that I can inspire people, but there are some people whose journey so ridiculously mirrors mine that it feels like this is definitely a connection that I was meant to make, and that, you know, is really important on so many levels. So she's one of those. I got to have a whole conversation with her, and it was awesome. So, yay. Okay, weighed in. What? Weighed in. Are you okay?
Yes.
Okay, I weighed in, and I lost a pound officially. It's 145.8. Yay. Okay, so there we go. I've been running and, like, killing it. It's been so fun to run. Let me talk to you guys. So that was the weigh-in. I know some of you guys like check in for that, and there we go. This week, just to let you know, this weekend, today, I have a birthday party I'm bringing the kids to, my girls and my nephew. He's my boy. And I'm not really worried about that. We also have the girls' birthday party. It's a joint birthday party. And we're doing that tomorrow, and I'm not really worried about that either because I am in monster mode. Like, I am really killing it right now. I'm feeling very not tempted. I feel very much like I used to be, like, for the first year and a half of my journey before, like, things got muddled and crazy. Very much like conquering is more satisfying than having a taste, which is awesome. It's a good place to be. Cat, the cat just escaped. Escapade. Anyway, so that's where I'm at. Yeah. ActiveLink. So if you are here for the weigh-in, hi, I'm glad you stopped by, and I'll see you later. If you want to hang out for the ActiveLink, you're going to get a little bit of other information also, but I'm going to talk about that now. So, the ActiveLink, here's the situation. Okay, I was extremely frustrated with the fact that there's no information given to you. And you have to plug it up to get the information, one, which agitates me. But more agitating than anything was the fact that because I was in my assessment period, it didn't give me any information. So it was like, oh, I'm going for this run. I can't even see what you're trying to say to me. That was kind of aggravating. But it's cool because on the third day, I found my Fitbit. What? I found my Fitbit. And that made me happy because then I had like some kind of automatic feedback. Instant gratification. That is what I'm all about. Not true. I try to put it off and, like, you know, pace myself. But anyway, so let me just run through this real quick. The Fitbit, like I said, see, he's just a little black piece. Up, steps for the day. Then you hit it again, distance traveled, estimate of calories burned, estimate of flights, because it can tell elevation. How active am I? I was just dancing in my kitchen. That's why it's a little raised up, because when you're inactive, it's got one little leaf, and when you're very active, the flowers up here, it's got billions of leaves. Not really billions. Okay. And then the time. Okay. So that's cool. Now, what else you can do with the Fitbit is you can go like this, like, wake up, Mr. Fitbit, and then you can hold it, and you can start an exercise or an activity. And then at the end of the exercise or activity, you press it again, and it'll say, stopped, and then it'll tell you the time. And it's not applicable here, but it'll tell you the distance, the calories, the steps, all that stuff. Like, so you can, like, set aside a run. Now, you can also do this. You can go in and name your activity on the website, but it's like an instant read on that, like, miles traveled and all other stuff, right? Great. Okay. With the ActiveLink, and let me just show you size-wise. Smooches. What? Sexy. That's because it talks to me, and I programmed it to call me sexy. And you know what? I don't care that I programmed it. It's kind of like buying yourself a present. Who cares that you're the one who paid for it? It's a freaking present. So anyway. All right. This is what I was doing before in my video, and I was like, oh, I don't know. I'm trying to show you. I have kind of small hands, and this is about how big it is. Up there, so you can see it. And then the genius banana handed me a pencil, and I commented then, and I'll comment again, that, like, see, it's rainbow, because rainbows are beautiful, and I'm full of pride. Anyway, so there we go. Pencil, we all know. I mean, if you hold it like this, that pencil looks like the eraser's the size of my eye, but you know what size a real pencil is, and so that's how big the Fitbit is. This is how big the ActiveLink is. And now, side by side. Okay, so there you go. It's not heavy. It's not a big deal. They say you can wear it on a chain around your neck. I would think that that's going to be a little bit less accurate as it bops around. A lot easier than, like, on you, but whatever. Do your thing. Okay, so, frustrated, yes, because I couldn't get any information from it. So, cool, whatever. Yesterday was my first time going on the, I feel like I'm forgetting something, but whatever, we'll just work with it. Yesterday was my first time going onto the website and getting information back, because my assessment was finished. So basically, it gave me some information, asked me some questions, and we set up a challenge, and I will talk to you guys about that right now. Actually. All right. It's really easy. You just, by the way, just to show you, that's how you plug it into your computer. That's how you charge it. The battery lasts a really long time. It's still almost full, and I wore it for 7 days without charging it. However, it's not like you're really going to do that quite often, because you have to take it off and plug it up, so you might as well charge it a couple minutes at night or whatever. But the Fitbit, just so that you can be aware, has a charging dock like this. This is also its wireless dock. This is the Fitbit Ultra, and you slip it on like so. And when anytime you come in contact with this around this wireless dock, it updates to the website. It will send the update to your iPhone if you're using it in conjunction with Lose It. And I think it works with a couple other apps too, but it's a USB port. Now, I believe that the newest Fitbit is the Fitbit 1 is what I think it's called. I will do some research as we talk. It's amazing. Multitasking. Not really, because I stopped talking about anything when I started looking it up. But anyway, I believe it's called the Fitbit 1. And I believe, again, here we go. I believe it will wirelessly, like Bluetooth, update to your phone automatically without having to come in contact with its little charging dock. Okay, so there's that. Okay, let's talk. The Fitbit Ultra, first let's talk about features. the Fitbit Ultra, which is the one that I have, I don't even think it might be available now. It is $99.95. I anticipate that coming down because now that they came out with its like next generation, it's the Fitbit One. The Fitbit One is $99.95 also, and it is water resistant. I am not sure that this guy, I think I mentioned that this guy was waterproof. I don't actually know if he's waterproof or water resistant. I know you can sweat. I know you can get rained on. I know you can go skiing, you know, and be in the snow and be in the elements with this guy. I don't know if you can actually take him into the water and swim. I'm not 100% sure on that. But this guy, you cannot. In fact, some people have reported problems just with sweat with this guy. However, the Fitbit One, which is the same price, is water resistant. You can sweat. You can be in the elements. It can be rained on. You can use it for a run in any weather and stuff like that. Okay. So I anticipate the Ultra coming down in price. Then Fitbit also just came out with one called the Zip, and it's a cute little it's kind of shaped like this, a little skinnier up at the top, and it does not give you the same information. I just showed you all the stuff this dude can say and talk to us about, right? The Fitbit Zip only gives you calories, distance, and steps tracked. I didn't really care about my flights of stairs and all that, but I really love my activity flower, and I absolutely adore knowing my steps, my flights. So now that I have the information, it's really fun to just have it. No feedback. None right here. Not unless you plug it in. That is the biggest drawback for me. Okay. So I plugged it in yesterday, and it was the end of my assessment. Bam! It was like, hello, it's the end of your assessment. Let's talk. So we had this conversation, and it told me, look, I took notes for you guys. I'm such a nerd. Okay. It told me that I was an occasional athlete. Great at getting a workout, not as active during the rest of the day or week. Thank you. Thank you for informing me of something I already knew. I could have clicked that box off for you and we could have skipped the assessment. But whatever, let's just go with it. And then this is where I'm a little confused because I was under the impression, and I put a call in to Weight Watchers to find out about this because I just want to know, like for my own personal self, they gave me an average of 3 activity points a day. But I was under the impression that with the Points Plus program and the 49 allowance points that you get, you can't bank or roll over points. Now, I know if you have a party and you overeat, you can burn those extra activity points to help you like offset that, but you're not supposed to make a habit of it. Was my understanding that those things are not, like I said, you can't accrue them, so I don't understand how they averaged them out. And it's not just like this day you got this day you got 0, this day you got this, whatever. If you see what I'm saying, I'm a little confused. So hopefully I'll have an answer for you on that for like next week, because like I said, I called them to find out. Okay. Then there's this little part on the page where it's like, this is what you did. This is how you performed. And then there's this little box and it says, compare yourself to others. And you guys know I have an issue with that. I feel like we need to all find our value on our own. Your self-standing value. Because you are not more valuable because you're better, or less valuable because you're worse at something than other people. And I just don't understand. And I know that sometimes having like a buddy that you compete with can be a healthy competition, but I just don't get it. I think that you can be the best you. I think the best, like really the most accurate judge of your improvement is comparing yourself to you. Like, I know that I am running better, more efficiently, longer, harder, faster than me. So, I mean, if I wanted to set out to beat the banana and, you know, like,
you just do it.
Well, no, but that's what I'm saying is, like, let's say the banana and I ran a race and we tied the first time, and I was like, oh, my goal is going to be to beat the banana. And then she decided to slack off on her training. I would whip her ass just by doing the same thing. That doesn't mean I improved. So I think that the only thing you can judge yourself truly against is yourself and your performances. I just don't get. I don't like it and I don't get it. So that's my thing. But if it's your thing, if you like to see where you fall and all that other stuff, then you can compare yourself with others. And they have a little button just for you. All right. Then they give you an activity questionnaire, and it's very like, do you do this? Have you done it for 6 months or more? Okay, like it said, you worked out this much. Have you been working out this much for 6 months or more, or 6 months or less? Clicked 6 months or more. Then it came up and it said, do you want to maintain this or increase it? Well, I always increase it. Like, that's what I always want, is to increase. So I did that. And it's like, congratulations for making a commitment. It's very like, oh, a pop-up video. Like, it's all over the place, like popping up and giving you all kinds of stuff. All right. Now, I did want to mention here, because I was a little foggy on it, getting in there, and okay, just got into the actual, like, information and feedback last night, actually. So I haven't really spent a whole lot of time in the video, in the website, figuring it out. I do plan on getting in there to twerk a couple of things, if you can. I'm going to at least know if you can by next week. One of them is, all it gives you is activity points. That's all it gives you. Which is fine for a lot of people, but I like knowing my steps. I like knowing my distance. I like those things. So it would kind of suck. Like, I love at the end of a run, as I'm decompressing, to like look at my numbers and be like, hell yeah, I just whipped it, you know? You can't. And even if there was a screen telling me how many points, it still wouldn't give me, like, you know, all the facts that make me happy. So that's kind of one thing. The next thing was, so at the end of your like activity questionnaire, you set up your challenge, and I think I'm getting the vibe that that's how the whole thing's gonna be, like, oh, a challenge. So this week you did this, next week do this, and this week you did that, and next week do this, and so, you know, that's cool. But, and here's my big old butt. Whatever, banana. So here's the thing. I clicked create challenge, and I'm thinking, this is cool. It's gonna start Friday night and run till next Friday night, so Saturday will be, you know, kind of is like the start of my week, and I weigh in and blah, 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 and it'll be the whole week, and I'll be able to have this happen at the same time, and at the end of that challenge, I'll be able to report the results on Saturday. And then it said that, like, something along the lines of, it's great that you're doing this, but we sync the challenge. Oh, the challenge auto syncs to the work week, so it's not going to officially start till Monday. Continue to be active, but none of this will count towards your challenge. It's my personal challenge. Why can't I start the minute I click start challenge? I didn't like that. That's another thing. Okay. But I don't know if that's personal, like if I can get in there and personalize it. I plan on getting into the bowels of the system and really figuring it out this week, since I can now start using the actual website. So that's kind of cool. Let's get down to like the information that it did give you, and that is that, like, because that's really ultimately what you're wearing it for, is your feedback. It gives you activity points, right? So again, I'll mention that I'm a little bit of a nerd. I love information. I thirst for it. I just cannot take things at face value. I have to ask questions. It's not disrespect. My mama calls it arguing. She's like, you argue everything. I'm like, I'm not arguing. I'm asking. I just want to know. It's an honest desire to know. And you know, I'll tell you this. My daughter has that, and it drives me out my damn mind. So I understand where my mom's coming from, but it really is not arguing. I'm just trying to figure it out. And with that being said, oh God, it caused me all kinds of trouble in church. They were always like, 'cause Jesus said so. Okay. But I was raised in a cult though, so I don't know. Anyway. Or they would say, some things you're not meant to understand, which is fine, but I don't think questioning things are bad. Anyway, here we go. So I have 3 things that I was using this week. Usually it's 2. It's the Fitbit and Runkeeper on my phone. Runkeeper is an app, and it uses, like, you can put your weight in, and it will GPS your run to give you an accurate read of distance, and it times you. So then it will kind of estimate what somebody at that weight, moving at that pace, going that distance would have burned. Okay. Okay. So that's what Runkeeper does. I like Runkeeper more because, oh my God, while you're running it on your phone, because I listen to my music on Rhapsody on my phone, and while I'm running it, it will come in over my music and say 5 minutes this distance. So I'm able to like lose myself in my music, but also get like a feedback of how fast I'm going. And I train like that. For me, that just works. All right. So, and I use my Fitbit that can tell you distance. And the Fitbit, you adjust it to your stride and stuff. I don't know. I'm going to get into the bowels of this situation and I'm going to try to figure it out. I told you guys that. So this is very, very early in the ActiveLink game because I just got out of assessment. I'm doing this today. So, so the Fitbit is adjusted to my stride. I will tell you, it is like the amount of error in its distance calculation is so minimal that it's either perfect or right next to perfect and it would not cause a problem. So there you go. It does have the 3D sensor, so you can, I feel like it's a little more accurate than like the GPS Runkeeper thing. Okay. So I went for a run on Thursday. We're going to use Thursday's run. And ActiveLink, I found this out Friday evening when I got out of my assessment. ActiveLink gave me 6 points plus for Thursday. Fitbit gave me, it said that run burned 342 calories. But what I like about Fitbit is it adjusts your calories to what you normally would have burned is factored in and all of this stuff. And so it gave me a calorie allotment of 217 calories. So if you wanted to eat your earned points or calories, then I would be eating 217 extra calories. Points. Oh my God, that would have been ridiculous. Okay. And Runkeeper said, hey, you burned 380 calories. Okay, thanks, Runkeeper, but that's kind of bogus. Anyway. I mean, I was sweating and I kicked my ass. I did. But I don't know about 380 calories. But using a little bit of internal Sonya math, I went ahead and I figured out that if I used Fitbit's calories and I converted them to a rough estimate of points, I would have come to about 5. So the run itself would have been worth 5 points. And then I'm guessing that 6th point that it gave me for the day came from just everyday activity. And if I use the Runkeeper's estimate, I get around 10, which is crazy. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to say it was pretty accurate. Overall, like when I first, my initial first impressions, no usage review was, I didn't really like it. It like 97% was like, nope, that's a negative. I'm gonna go with this. I'm at about 80% it's negative. And that is only because actually, like, I feel like I just like the screen. I feel like even if it stuck to only giving me activity points, but gave me a screen where I could see where I was at all day, I would feel a little bit better about it. The things that are keeping me on the is the lack of versatile information, and the money it costs I just feel like when you're at Lifetime, everything's free. You should be able to buy this and still use your website with the ActiveLink. I understand that there's a business aspect to it, but there's so many websites that are operating for free. I feel like they could too, and that's one of my biggest negatives about the ActiveLink is the monthly cost of it, and the lack of a screen. But I am warming up. Obviously, I'm warming up. I don't know. Maybe I'll get in there and find out that you can tweak things and there's more information and all that stuff. And I love challenges. You guys know that from watching my videos. I love to set up challenges for myself. So that might really motivate me. I'm looking forward to this week because I'm going to be able to plug it up and get some information back. So that does make me happy. And I would like to mention that because I work for Weight Watchers, I actually don't have to pay this monthly fee. So when I'm complaining about it, I'm complaining for you guys because I feel like that's kind of a big deal. You know, that's kind of how I feel. But I'm trying to give, like, this in no way is paid for by Weight Watchers. There's nothing about this sponsored by Weight Watchers. I'm just trying to give you an honest review of it. And at this point, I feel like I could warm up to it. It's starting from a negative point. It's kind of like your daughter bringing home a boyfriend who's completely pierced and tattooed. And I'm pierced and tattooed, but you know, I don't want her dating somebody like that. So, you know, like, you're kind of like, I don't know about him. Now, if he turns out to be a great guy, I'll be the first one to say he's a really great guy. And I misjudged him. And I feel kind of like that's where the ActiveLink is starting off. Like, this is the preppy guy who wears a sweater vest who could be a total asshole. But this guy just doesn't look the part. I'm willing to have an open mind. We're gonna let him go out on a couple dates this week, and we'll see how it goes. I will update you next week when I what am I saying? Oh, when I weigh in. Oh, I did want to mention something else. Weight Watchers reviews. Again, I buy all of these products with my money, and I review them for you guys and for the girls in the meeting, because they always ask me, and I'm like, baby, I don't know, I don't eat that stuff, but I do, because I want to do this for you guys. The caramel cinnamon bun mini bars, 2 points. They are literally a little smaller than this. Okay, they're like the size of your ActiveLink if you take it out. So they're about that much bar. Now, they were so flippin' sweet and so sugary, I couldn't. It literally made my head like watery, like woo! You know, I felt crazy high on sugar, which was weird. But I didn't care for them. I don't like. The texture was off. The taste was over sugary. If I was gonna do a sugary sweet one, I like the lemon mousse bars. Just to put that out there. Because this one just, it didn't do it for me. This, on the other hand, the salted caramel smoothie. Let me tell you guys, my favorite non-fat frozen yogurt is salted caramel. No, it's salted pretzel. I love it. I love salt and sweet together. I love it. So I'm a little bit biased. This was so good, it was stupid. Okay, now you have to be a little bit more inventive, because with these things, if you just mix them up with water, it is gross. That's just it. But if you put your milk in it, what I use is I freeze a couple of ice cubes of almond milk, the unsweetened original almond milk. Freeze a couple, and I use half a cup's worth of almond milk ice, and then another half of the liquid almond milk with one packet. So that adds 1 point. And then you, with one packet, and it's like the best soft serve kind of shake smoothie texture. So good. You can taste a little bit of the salted caramel. It's not overly sweet. It's not overly salty either. It's really good. And it tastes like something you would get from a frozen yogurt store. So, hey! Love it. I did want to mention those things. And that is it. I am going to go to the other video, and I'm going to update a couple of questions that people are asking. And, yeah. I also want to let you guys know that there's going to be a raffle coming up. I'm going to be raising money for Children's Hospital, the cancer research, and for a race that I'm wanting to do, and for a couple of other things. So we're going to talk about raffles, and I'm going to raffle art. Yay! Follow me on Instagram if you'd like. People keep asking what the name is. I should have put this in the description. I will put this in the description. It's not too late, but I'll also tell you my name is In This Rage, no spaces.